This is so cool. So how's it feel?
But she knows the gersols.
We're just gonna kind of cover this just to kind of have it.
Keep pointing in that direction. I go in that direction.
Down here just a little bit.
The word passion has many definitions. A strong and barely controllable emotion, an intense amorous love, or a strong desire or enthusiasm for something. The philosopher Immanuel Kant called it a disease of the soul. But Hegel said about it, nothing great has done great in the world without passion. Well, there is a place in western Iowa that is full of passion. The conjoined small towns of Kimballton and Elkhorn, the largest rural Danish community in America. Guess what they're passionate about? In fact, they're so passionate about being Danish that they have Danish flags dotting their main streets, Danish restaurants, a Danish museum, a Danish genealogical center, a replica of the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen surrounded by little statues that resemble fables of Hans Christian Andersen, a model ship hanging in their church like they have in churches throughout all of Denmark, and even a Danish windmill that was physically deconstructed in Denmark and reconstructed here in Elkhorn. Yeah, they're passionate. But you don't have to be Danish to be passionate about this place. Meet Teresa. Let's see why she's here. So you are here to see the grave of...
Thomas Nielsen Jersel.
Okay, and he is what to you?
He is the great-grandfather of a woman that I know back in Vermont that I did a genealogy on.
I see. So are you a genealogist, or is this just
I do genealogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
I do.
So, and when did you find out about Elkhorn?
By doing the genealogy.
Yeah, so then you found out all about the Tivoli and all that stuff. And,
Exactly.
yeah. Wait, what? What's this Tivoli thing all about? Well, it's the Memorial Day weekend celebration here in Elkhorn and Kimballton, and it's named after the amusement park in Copenhagen, Denmark. The day starts off Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with the raising of the American and Danish flags and the singing of the American and Danish national anthems. Then, right after that, there's a 5-kilometer run from the mill in Elkhorn to the Mermaid in Kimballton. Then at 11, there's quite a lengthy parade. Then there are Danish dancers, a car show, and many, 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 many other things. Too many to mention right now. But one thing that does need to be mentioned is the breakfast that is served. Instead of pancakes and sausage, they serve æbleskiver and middagspost, 2 Danish foods that were never brought together in Denmark. But it's a hit over here. I just want to make sure I got it on film that you're here not to just take everything in, but you're here to help us out.
Yeah.
If need be.
Totally.
Like cooking
totally.
for us on Saturday morning. For instance.
I'm going to do the æbleskiver. I'm going to help with the float. Keith points me in that direction. I go in that direction.
All right. And maybe we'll let you do some droning too while you're at it. Would you like to do that?
I'd like to try it.
All right. Well, we'll get you on board. We'll get you on one, and we'll see what happens.
And then we're going to get up on the barn tomorrow, and we're going to fix the lightning rods.
Lightning rods?
I'll show you.
Okay.
No problem. I'll be right down there below.
I'm gullible.
So we started right away on the church's Vacation Bible School float.
The float.
The float. And what's the theme, Kathy?
Camping.
It's camping expedition.
Camping expedition.
Yes.
And we have this thing that scared me to death. It was sitting in the in my bedroom.
Yep, I played a chick on keep. I put it in the bedroom and he didn't see it for a whole month. I kept standing in front of it so he'd have to look at me and maybe at the raccoon and talk to me, and the kids kept saying, "Did Dad see it yet? Did Dad see it yet?" Nope. And then one day he did.
It scared me to death.
It was so fun. Yes. Basically, we're just gonna kind of cover this just to kind of have it hang down. Doesn't have to smell like. All right, I've got these whole bit smaller ones.
Whoa! You all right?
Yeah, they
Oh! All right. Oh! That was close.
I'm ignoring you now. It's not easy to do while being videotaped. I hope people on Facebook realize the suffering that I go through.
She suffers
I
terribly.
suffer terribly.
Yeah, she suffers horribly.
Oh, okay. See my version? Yeah, this will unzip it. Kids can kind of, the things come out. I'll have a big fire right there. I'll put the table here. This will throw the
Laps while you're on the parade route. I think that would be hilarious. There aren't any left. You can take a green one from over here, maybe.
Thank you so much.
Wow. So everybody's going to be up front? Are you going to put a couple chairs there? Or?
We have
Kids
the
gonna
picnic
sit?
table, remember? So
Oh, yeah.
kids can sit at the picnic table.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple else will be walking. You know me, I'll be
Oh,
out
okay.
walking around it anyway.
Got Mr. Raccoon.
Yeah. He's not
Right
secure the
here.
way I need him yet, so. In fact,
Looks
there's,
like
my,
he's losing-
there's my string.
Losing some claws there.
He has lost one or two.
And then there's this Mr. Skunk over here.
Mr. Snake, yep.
Mr. Snake. Oh, yeah, Mr. Snake.
And then I gotta get my picnic table.
And Mr. Fox
Boy, does that
on that side. After a hard day's work, Teresa meets up with legendary Annette Anderson.
She knows the Gersolds, and my Aunt Eva from Chicago was married to one of the Gersolds.
Gotcha.
And he was
And-
a banker. Right. And I am still in contact with Adolf and Aunt Eva's children.
All right, well, you have to tell them about this encounter, won't you? Tell ya.
We barely know each other, but that's how the world is. So
She
came
Facebook
here
friended me.
2 years ago. I came out here when I was doing my
Genealogy?
find the Jersey. I
Okay.
went out to Nebraska and I went
Yeah.
to the Danish
And
archive.
Are there any Gersolds in?
So Hans, Adolf's brother, married a girl from Nebraska.
Cool. I
Okay.
did not know. Yeah.
Right, at the name of the church out there is Trinity Bluff. I went out there, saw their graves too. They were early pioneers too. They were early pioneers.
Really?
Because they actually went out with the Mormons, but then they got disenchanted and said,
Well, we're quite.
we're not doing
We're
it.
associated with a lot of the Nebraska churches. They were in part of our synod
Yeah, right,
at one time.
right. Didn't they?
There aren't very many churches left out there now.
Yes, but yeah.
Morning arrives and Teresa's helping out with all the crew.
So we have a king and a queen. So we'd like to invite them to address their subjects. Dan and Garnett Peterson. We just want to thank everybody for coming. It looks like it's going to be a good day. And all you runners, I just wanted to let you know that Hy-Vee in Harlan donated the M&Ms at the end you'll get. And Marty Burchett, who owns Fourth Generation in Harlan, donated the water. So if you see them, any of them, why, thank them. And again, want to thank everybody for coming.
Parade's about to go here. That's the sign that we're getting ready to start. Look at that. Oh man, she's rocking it now. So how's it feel? You're doing great. This is so cool. Look at that, like an expert. Come one, come all to the annual World Championship Able Skeever Eating Contest, where the professionals and amateurs alike take a shot at stuffing more of these delicious Danish delicacies down their gullet than anyone else to win the coveted golden Able Skeever pan. This year's winner, Mickey Ciro, with 91.5 Able Skeevers in 8 minutes. No matter what year you watch, it's great balls of fun for the whole family. This Sunday is a little different, a little special. Next to the War Memorial downtown is the celebration of the life of Commander Jim O'Keefe. He was the inventor of the first United States Navy helicopter landing trainer called the Baylander IX-514. This is the one you might have seen in the Canada's Navy meme. Anyway, he moved into town and went native. Well, not completely, but certainly patriotically. His last project was raising money for the New Century Art Guild, which trains veterans with PTSD in art therapy. He would invite his favorite band, the Polka Police, down to help raise money for the cause. He died of pancreatic cancer. Here he is, then and now.
So my name is Jim O'Keefe. I am the current president of the New Century Art Guild. This art therapy works. We have saved many lives.
Here. And in cardboard.
That's right. Larger than life.
Thank you so much.
In the afternoon, a cemetery tour where Teresa has already left her mark.
Yes?
That was his traveling companion when he came to America. Did you know that?
Yes.
He was a minister, and I've never have known how he ended up here. Was he ever our minister?
Yes, he was for
Okay.
10 years now. In the first tour, there was a lady from New Jersey that had researched that whole family, and she knew the whole thing. And as I walked by there, she said, wait a minute, you're going to go past Drillston, But she told all of that story. And, she came over, he came over with Otto.
Yes.
Yeah, and they ended up in Wisconsin at his brother's up there, and
Yep.
she knew the whole
Yeah,
story.
It's all in that video.
Yeah.
But I never understood how he ended up being buried here. I didn't know he was a minister here, but that's why.
Yes,
He
and
came back and was a minister here then.
And like I said, there were many ministers that died away from here that wanted to come back here to be buried.
And finally, Teresa helps us set up for our annual Memorial Day dedication.
Today we dedicate flags of fallen comrades that have gone before us. They are Charles Anderson, William Hartrandt, and Alan Larson. A flag may be a flimsy bit of printed gauze or a beautiful banner of finest silk. Its intrinsic value may be trifling or great, but its real value is beyond price, for it is a precious symbol of all that we and our comrades have worked for and lived for and died for.
Aim. Fire. Fire.
Okay, this is my last day in Elkhorn, Iowa. I've been here for 5 days, and the mentors graciously let me stay here the whole time. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. This has probably been the best vacation I've ever had, believe it or not, in the western hills of Iowa. I recommend it to anybody The Tivoli Festival on Memorial Day weekend rocks. And I just want to say I learned a lot, saw a lot of Danes. And here we have the Dannebrog. If anybody doesn't know what this means, it means the Danish cloth. And I just want to thank my host family for the hospitality.
Well, we had a wonderful time having you here.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Off to Vermont.
All right. You going to wave it for us?
Yeah, I'll wave it. There we go.
There we go. And now you can say goodbye to Connor.
Bye, Connor. It's been great. Thanks for having me.
What?
I'm leaving. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's been a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
We will take that. You have a safe drive.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye. So long.